I read a little bit about you, and you were the first major league player to kneel to the national anthem. Could you give the fans a little bit of your thoughts to why you did that, and really with the whole Black Lives Matter situation? Could you give the fans a little bit in New York on the situation why you chose to kneel to the national anthem?
No, I chose to kneel for the national anthem to protest police brutality and racial discrimination in our country. I tell people all the time, I was like, racism has been around for years and years and years. And basically, our country was founded on it. It's just now a lot more people have a lot more camera phones. The racial divide and the racial inconsistency when it comes to judgment in our judicial system is a big topic for me. I've been dealing with this racism my whole life, basically, from both sides, from growing up in Alabama, and so I take it personal. It's a big thing for me. What made me choose the knee was the night or two nights before. Donald Trump had a rally in my hometown in Huntsville, Alabama, and he said it on the microphone on worldwide television and called the NFL players sons of bitches, and they should be fired because they were peacefully protesting during the national anthem. Mm-hmm. And to see the people in my city support that and high five that and clap after that and vote for this guy, I was like, wow, this is a place where I grew up. This is a place I was supposed to respect, and to see that coming from the city that I claim, it really hurt my heart, and it was heavy on my mind for a day or two. And I was like, you know what? I can't sit back and not do anything with the platform I've been given. I was like, I understand that this might, this could potentially be my last day in the big leagues. But it doesn't really. At the time, my paycheck didn't matter. Mm-hmm. Like, this was way bigger than baseball. It was way bigger than my bank account. We were talking about humanity and specifically, part of my heritage, my people, that were more so victims of police brutality and racial discrimination than any other. So it was time for me to make a change, and it was time for me to step up for the people who can't speak and the people who can't be heard. And I continue to fight that fight today.
I absolutely agree with you, and also what the NFL did to Colin Kaepernick was uncalled for. I've over the years, and this has been going on for the last couple of years, I've always supported Colin Kaepernick. I think even though Colin Kaepernick really got the bad stick, I think people are starting to look at what Colin Kaepernick did as is something that you have to look forward to and really stand up for. And I give Colin Kaepernick a lot of credit. We are talking to Mets minor league a catcher, Bruce Maxwell.
So how did your teammates and the organization take that? Is it something you told them beforehand, and how did they react if that's the case, or is that something that was just an independent decision, maybe fueled by the other organizations you're with, and maybe your other friends outside of the game?
No. Nobody influenced me to do that. I had a meeting with everybody in the green and gold. Coaches, manager, our GM, trainers, bat boys, you name it. I met with them before the day even started, before batting practice even started. And I explained to them my reasonings. I explained to them some personal experiences of mine. I explained why it was so personal for me to do this. And I told them, when you guys get interviewed about it, be honest. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I was like, I'm not here to judge you on your opinion. I was like, I don't need you guys to lie for me. I'm a grown man. I was like, and this is a personal choice. I'm standing up for what I believe in, and it's equality for all, justice for all in this country. So I addressed it to everybody. I even gave my team, my GM and my manager, the choice to object. I told them, if any of you feel this is going to bar your reputation, threaten your family, or whatever, then stand up and tell me not to do it, and I'll respect it, and I'll find another way to do it, because I'm not here to get attention. I'm not here to piss people off. Like I said, we still go to war together every day when we're in uniform. I was like, but this is something I have to do for me.
You have to respect somebody that stands up for what they believe in. And by the way, I'm not a Met fan, but I'm going to root you on, man. I really am. I love what you stand for, really do. Everything that you've said, I agree with in a lot of ways. Now, I'm not going to tell you when it comes to politics, I don't talk politics. To me, politics are, I stand far, far away from politics. To me, I just think it doesn't help the economy in any kind of way. I think they're all thieves in my eyes. But all in all, I'm just telling you the truth, Max, Mr. Maxwell. But I called you Max, but my best friend his name is Max. So there you go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
No, but I agree with you. Everything that you have said, I absolutely agree with you. And I unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the last couple of years that stand for what they believe in. And Colin Kaepernick came out and said that he's not kneeling, he's not disrespecting the flag or the national anthem. He's trying to look at things that is going on in the world with police brutality and everything that's going on in the world, and he wanted it to stop. So he was doing it to stand. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, think about it this way. I mean, people say he was, and I've had this talk plenty of times, but people say kneeling during the national anthem is disrespecting your flag or your country. I tell people, I was like, my dad's ex-military, my grandfather's ex-military. I was like, I have cousins, uncles. I mean, you name it, I have them, and most of them are in the Army, which is what my dad served in. And I tell them, I was like, so you're telling me that kneeling for the national anthem in light of something wrong with our country that needs to be fixed is disrespectful? I said, but when you have a fallen soldier or when you have a fallen teammate on the field, the court, whatever it is, I said, what do players and other soldiers do to console that soul of a person and to also recognize and respect that fallen person? What do? They take a knee together. I was like, it's out of a sign of respect, but it's also out of a sign of there is something wrong that needs to be fixed. There's something wrong that's going on right in front of us, and we're acknowledging it, but we're still at the same time respecting it. And so I've had that conversation with plenty of people before. I've played football in the past. When somebody goes down, you and your teammates are taking knees around that person or on the sideline out of respect for the fallen. I was like, you do it in the military. You do it in sports. I was like, so now, over something that's like humanitarianly important in our country, now it's disrespectful. So that just showed me from the get-go that it was never about the kneeling. It was about who was doing the kneeling. And so it's just, and people don't want to recognize that. I was like, dude, I had a year in the league. Like, I wasn't trying to get exposure. I said, I was trying to do what was right.
Right.
I was like, I still go, I'm almost 30 years old, and I still have to watch where I take my mother in Alabama to go get food because my mom's a 5'1" redheaded white lady, because I don't want her getting any more looks, than she normally does. Like, I don't want to feel, especially in today's age, I don't want to feel threatened, and I don't want her to feel threatened. And it's just literally because of what I look like, just because my dad's black. And it still happens to this day. So I tell people, I was like, it doesn't matter if we have money or not, if we have millions or not. I was like, it's the point of when we wake up and we go to sleep, we're still African Americans. Like, we can't erase that. No amount of money is going to erase that. And so it was a little deeper than that, but it also showed a lot of ignorance from a lot of people, because there's been so many people that haven't wanted to even see the message, even to this day. They don't want to see the message. And those are the people that shun us or that try to degrade us by any way possible to knock us down to their level. And for me, that's just not going to happen, dude. I got too much integrity and grit in my body.
And you can only respect somebody like that. And I respect you for that. You stand up for yourself, and you have a platform now that you can use to stand. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't be using the platform to stand up for it, but hey, listen, if you have a belief and you believe in what you believe in, you should stand up for it. And I absolutely agree with you, Bruce. Yeah. And you did the right thing.
Think about in today's age, it's different. Like, sports are on a ridiculously high platform, and you got a lot more people that follow, like LeBron James and stuff than they do the president. Like, it's like, why wouldn't you use, in this day and age, why if we're talking about humanity here and caring about your neighbor, why wouldn't you use pretty much the highest platform on the planet for good? To bring up awareness for these social issues or these humanitarian issues that we're having, or this global warming issue we're having, or whatever it is.
Right.
Because everybody's watching. It's important, man. We need more of it.
I agree with you, but I will say everything that you have said, the things that LeBron James has said, you're nothing like LeBron James. That's for damn sure. Because what LeBron James has said and what he has done, not only to the league with everything going on, he was actually going to not play in the playoffs. He was taking shots at the meeting, at the NBA meeting, at players that he was saying some derogatory things. And you're not LeBron James. I could tell you. I mean, what you believe in, what you stand for, I agree with. What LeBron James stands for and what he agrees with is completely different, Bruce.
Well, I mean, I'm not. First of all, I'm not going to knock that.
No, I know. I got you.
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying. All I know about him, he's a great dude. He's a great teammate.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is heard more than most.
Absolutely.
More than really most. How he goes about, his business in the NBA and the position that he's in, that's kind of like a sport thing.
Yeah.
He's the best player on the planet, and he's the best player in the league. And
no question.
It's kind of like one of those things. Yeah. So he's got the tenure. So if that's how he has to go about it to get people's attention in the league, then that's how he has to go about it. But see, the difference is in that aspect of things. Like they also have the African American basketball players have the numbers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it's like there's a lot more people that can be involved than when it comes to our sport.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, so it's like it's one of those things. Like he might have been doing that to wake people up, or he might have been doing that to tell people that, hey, quit being selfish and let's all do this together, kind of thing. You never know his motives; only he does. And so, I mean, I understand your point, but at the same time, I'm nowhere near on the same level as him, so you can't even compare the two.
No, I know. Well, just think about it this way. You get called up by the New York Mets, you hit the game-winning championship home run in the World Series, and you become a big superstar here in New York. What do you think about that, Bruce?
You know what? I'll do anything to help the Mets win a World Series. That's for damn sure.
Well,
you get up there, it's about winning. It's about having the best night on the field, and I'll be damned if I get put on that field and I don't give my hardest to furthermore our team forward and to win a damn World Series, man.
Well, you have a Met fan sitting right next to me right now who is going to be rooting you on. And because to me, I never even knew who you were until this interview. I respect you, and I'm going to be a big fan of yours. I want you to be called up. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you help the New York Mets win a championship, or at least get them to the World Series against the Yankees, and the Yankees knock you off. I mean,
no. Hey, we get there to play the Yankees. Ain't no getting knocked off.
You tell him, Bruce. You tell him.
We coming for their ass.
You tell him, Bruce.
Oh, man. But, Bruce, we'd love to get you on again. We definitely love to get you on when spring training starts. You could tell us about spring training, a little bit about the Mets and where you think the Mets are going to be this coming season. So we'd love for you to be a fan of the show and the network. So we really appreciate you joining us.
Hey, no doubt, man. I appreciate you guys reaching out, being respectful, and being patient, man. It's an honor to speak to you guys, and it's an honor to be in New York, and definitely an honor to be in the blue and orange, man. I found a new home, and I feel like I can help them in a lot of ways. And if that means helping them is helping the fans and helping the state, then hell, let's do it. Like I'm all on board with it, man.
Well, when you come to New York, if you ever you and your family wants to come over here to Long Island, we'll show you some of the wineries. There's a lot of beauty in New York that you probably don't know about. It's very unique.
Sure.
It's very different. It's very different. The Five Boroughs is not Long Island.
I'll definitely have to take you guys to dinner or something, man. It'd be my pleasure, and I'd love to meet all of you. And yeah, for sure, man. I'll have a vehicle up there whenever I do get there, and it'll be fun, dude. I look forward to meeting you guys.
Absolutely, Bruce. Tell the fans how they can find you on social media.
My Instagram is the Dream is Bigger 1113. My Twitter is Buffalo Blanco 13. It was my nickname in Mexico last year for my team. Facebook is my full name, Bruce Tyrone Maxwell III. And that's really about it. I just I honestly keep on my social media about baseball and about our All-Star advocacy and the Lila Project. Nothing but positivity coming from all of my pages. So So yeah, if you guys want to contact me, hit me up.
Absolutely. And I will tell you something. We need players like you here in New York, people that stand for something. And I really appreciate you joining us, my friend.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it as well, man. You guys have a good evening, and if you need anything, man, please feel free to call me.